Hey, what up, y'all? What up? This your boy KO, and this is my interview with life. In the car, I got...
It's your boy Trent with the Office 314, Mr. RX, aka Mr. Incredibles.
Oh, I got a real good one today. Bro, got in the car, I was like, this not you?
that wasn't the paint job.
Look, it was a black woman on there. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And he was like, oh, that's my wife. But hey man, introduce yourself, man. Hey, tell them what you do, man. I got a passenger in here, man. We finna do our thing.
All right. So look, my name's Trent. I'm the owner and operator of the edibles company Incredibles, as well as the RX. We own and operate the RX Loft and the RX Office. It is an underground cannabis speakeasy. It's basically your access to the legacy market. We represent over 36 different types of growers from East St. Louis all the way to Kansas City, Missouri, and everywhere in between.
Facts. So, all right. So, just to jump right in there, how you like it being married to a black woman? What up, everybody? This your boy KO. Let's take this ride. This is my interview with life.
Oh, bro, look, man, I'm
cause I noticed you got swag. You got
look, yeah. See, we didn't wake up, watch BET one morning and was like, that's it. I'm adopted, bro. My mother and my father are both black. I'm from North Carolina, so it's a little bit different down south.
Facts.
I'll be damn. Did I say you were good? Shit, you a Rembrandt.
But shit, man, I've been with my wife for 16 years, February 1st. We've been married for 5 years. No, my bad. 16 years, January 31st, and 5 years married, February 1st.
Yes, I am coming to the cookout.
Plus, I'm the blackest bone in that girl body.
I'm telling you, bro. Because you know what most of us be wanting to know is like how you... Because black men and black women have a kind of weird dynamic. How do you... let me frame this the right way.
Frame it how you need to.
Look, I am, look, because this uncut. Yeah. It's uncut. So how do you deal with her? Because black men and black women have a different dynamic.
Correct.
Right? We come from the same struggle, and then black women, in terms of black men, they're less tolerant of us. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, I noticed that black women, and it could be just me, black women act different when they mess with white men.
I'll be real with you, big dog. My situation's weird.
Go ahead.
You gotta dig again. This isn't your average interracial relationship.
Right.
My wife grew up military brat, all over the world, very well off. Her parents had a lot of money. Me, on the other hand, I'm a foster kid from the other side of the tracks. My parents did not have money. The most money they was getting was from the state for my ass in the beginning.
Right. So you come from an adverse background. I dig that. Mm-hmm.
I'm the whitest face I ever saw growing up. I was the only white kid in the north side of Wilmington. So there wasn't much people looking like me other than police officers, teachers, and guidance counselors from school. So
other than your ethnicity, you technically are a black man. What you think?
I can't say that, bro.
Okay.
I can't. Just because of where I grew up at doesn't mean that I took on 400 years of reparations and struggle, bro. Like that. Because of where I grew up at doesn't mean that I took on 400 years of reparations and struggle, bro. Like that doesn't.
He's so great. Okay. He's so great. We must
make up for 400 years, big dog. If that meant
you like one of my favorite people for that shit.
I could look. My grandmother. Her husband was a Panther. If you look up this documentary, Wilmington on Fire, it's about, the Black Wall Street of Tulsa, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Wilmington, North Carolina had that as well during the same exact time.
Yeah, a lot of different states had it.
Right. So like, if you look up the Wilmington 10, one of the Wilmington 10 was related to my grandmother's husband. Both of them were Panthers.
Okay.
So my grandmother's house is actually historic in Wilmington, North Carolina. The city tore it down and rebuilt it. So I got a little bit of knowledge and respect. I wasn't raised. You get what I'm saying? Like they instilled in me, bro. If I ever got to a position of success or anything like that, that I can't forget where I came from.
You can't, bro. You cannot. You cannot. And you know what? Shout out to you, bro. Mad props to you for being real like that, because when I talk about these issues that affect the Black community, like I do a podcast called Dirty Laundry.
Okay.
Right. And I address issues of accountability in the Black experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something that we can be held accountable for. I get it. Systemic oppression exists for us. Like you said, 400 years of slavery, but it's stuff that we can control. As far as the narrative, we can change some things as far as the narrative.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
I got, bro, one of the biggest, when I was coming up, bro, all my brothers and my cousins are older than me. Whether it be victim of gun violence, drugs, or the prison system, you know, I was pretty much the only one left.
Right.
Picking up the pieces of my nieces, my nephews, my parents, my grandparents, just everybody that was left. I mean, bro, could you imagine being a 14-year-old Black male being told by a 20-something-year-old white male, that's your uncle, how it is? Like, I mean,
what did he tell?
Some of the things that
what did he tell him how it was? I'm curious.
Some of the things that I had to teach my nephews, bro, is you born with a target on your back.
As a Black man?
Yes. From the time your nuts drop, bro, you are now public enemy number one.
Facts.
And you got to maneuver specifically to that. That the world is going to always be against you. And you have to fight extra harder than the person next to you. And bro, that shit, you know, those type of lessons, it just lets you know what type of world we in now. This isn't 50, 60 years ago. This shit's different now.
It's different now. It's just evolved. It has evolved. It's still present.
The problems are still the exact same.
The problems are still there. And then when people say, well, we get to participate in economic inclusion and this, that, and the third. But
that's just so the white man can get a fucking tax sign off by allowing another person to come in. Bro, it's ridiculous. Take the cannabis industry for perfect fucking example.
I want you to know something. I kept a little secret from me, but we'll talk about it off camera.
Okay, cool. So the cannabis industry, bro, they out here in Missouri, they have this thing called the lottery. So basically it's a lottery. You can pay to be picked, right?
That's right.
So last year they allowed a certain a number of minority companies to be in. But with doing that, they had to pass a certain amount of minority companies to get in. Don't you know those were the only small mom and pop joints that got passed last year? And they did that simply because they said that they did it, just so they could say that they did it.
Bro, trust me.
What I'm saying?
Trust me, I'm smarter than your average bear.
To me, the fucking quota, bro,
it's ridiculous.
It is.
And when we complain, because that's what Black men do, we complain about it and try to voice our opinions about it to anyone that will listen.
Right.
It falls on deaf ears because they're like, oh, you complaining? Well, you make it
that goes back to that systematic racism, man. The moment a Black person speaks up about racism, they're using the race card. That society straight up throws that to them. Oh, you're just using the race card. That shit's not that. It might have been an excuse to use for your parents, your grandparents, but not no more. That shit's not real, bro. They just made it now to where they put that, label that as an excuse.
Facts. Not an excuse. Facts. And that's what I try to expose. That's why I call this my interview with life, because I interview different walks of life because I like the grassroots perspective.
Right.
You know, we get so entrenched with what celebrities doing, we forget about like it's real shit going on in this world.
Bro, and it's not everything that you see on TV.
This
world
bro.
is not black and white. It's very gray.
It's very gray.
I'm your perfect example of a gray area.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, I'm so thankful that you allowed me to interview you, bro.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even do my disclaimer in the beginning, but I know you're gonna say, yeah, it's okay for me to record you,
yeah,
right?
You good,
and it's okay for me to share it on my time. That's right.
Sure. Share this all over the world.
It's all over the world because I think that, and this is what I told a couple of people that I interviewed before. I said, it's important that the people on this level talk, because if we allow our perceptions to be forced upon us of what we think is the truth,
correct,
you'll wind up finding out that shit that you think is true ain't.
Nope.
It ain't true.
I mean, there's so many things that within when you growing up and going through life, there's so many things that play a part in your outlook on things, right?
Right.
Media, music, people, places, and things that you're around. That's why I say, man, it's always important to get away from what you're used to.
It is.
Because I'm gonna be real. I didn't know about the Midwest. I didn't know the Midwest is completely different to me. I moved here 4 years ago, dude.
Right.
Before here, I definitely didn't have any like real friendships or relationships
Right.
with white people.
Right.
It was mostly business and it's the people working and shit like that. I got out here. One thing I learned that the racism is different.
It is, bro.
In the Midwest than down south.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah,
Elaborate
sure,
on how it's
sure.
different.
I moved one of my cousins out here for security.
Right.
And my cousin, big country black. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Served 3 tours in the army. Went to Kuwait. Went to Afghanistan.
And this a black guy. Black guy.
Yeah, went to Iraq. And then he came home. He had drinking problems. So I pulled him from North Carolina. Came out here. One of the first things he said, because he went and got him a little job at first, because the shit was building. He said, I can't tell who racist out here.
You can't tell.
Man, it's behind closed doors out here. Down south, I'll give it to you, bro. On both sides, if there's prejudice, you gonna know.
It's real. What? This is real. You mean... Yes.
Ain't
nobody hiding that shit.
Ain't nobody.
I don't know where you stand down south. In the Midwest, you don't.
That's right.
You don't know what's going
there's
on.
Blurred lines. Yes, there's blurred lines.
So like moving out here and having to deal with that, me being white, I'll tell you something, bro. White people around other white people are not the same around anybody else.
Oh, please.
They completely, you get to see a motherfucker's true colors. And I'm a firm believer, bro. I was raised, not even my cousins, my brothers, or anything like that could say the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a word. My grandmother would beat your ass.
Right. Because it's attached to too much heartache.
Way too much. And it's, you know what I'm saying? It's a way to keep you mentally down.
Yeah, for sure.
But outside of that, so when I hear these younger kids, bro, they don't be giving a fuck. They'll drop that shit any and everywhere.
They don't.
I'm a firm believer in checking that shit. I have every woman in my life is of African American descent. You're not gonna disrespect nobody in my life like that. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I found out here that I've been in more situations where I have to say something than not. You know, down south, you see a racist motherfucker, you just stay away from it.
That's right. And it's no secret. Like I lived in Georgia and I love Georgia.
You know.
I love Georgia.
You know.
I lived in Georgia, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But my thing is, and this is what I'm saying, should I get on 64?
Nah, straight.
Look, my thing is this. I like when people come out and tell me how they are, so the lines aren't blurred.
Yeah, you know where shit stand at.
Well, shit, tell me where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that white fragility is a real thing. I was talking to a real good friend of mine, and we were having a conversation about that. Like, Black people have been trained to not have those complicated conversations in front of white people in an effort to not offend them. And
But that's the thing, man. These type of conversations have to happen.
They got to, bro.
And that's why I love.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup. You want to go do karate in the garage? Yup.
That's why I love the younger generation.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they not going for that shit.
They're not.
They not. Like when I tell you, I've seen more younger suburban white kids go against what they family beliefs are ever. You get what I'm saying? Like ever. Like nah, pops, we're not doing that shit.
That's
like,
right.
That shit is.
So
it's a beautiful thing to see.
It is. So in 2024, both of us can concede in the car that racism still exists. They just hide it.
Yeah. It's either painted as something else, or it's completely hidden.
Or it's completely hidden and nobody talks about it. And this is what I say to a lot of people. A lot of people like, what you talking about? What do you mean? We're in 2024. Everything's even.
Nah, man. Race talk. That's just a way for white people not to talk about it, bro. Race talks make a lot of white Caucasian people uncomfortable.
It make them uncomfortable because somewhere innately, I think white people think that we're gonna do the same thing to them that they did to us.
Hey man, I'd love to see Chad out in the fucking field. Could you imagine that? Fucking white people ain't even built for that shit. Our skin ain't built for that shit, bro.
They are not built for that shit.
Ran to the motherfucker. I'm not even made for that.
I'm telling you, but like that's a real thing because I pick somebody up from the South Side, white people, and I tell people like 97% of the population are consumers, 3% own the wealth, and we still ain't figured it out on this level yet. Like black and white is a byproduct of colorable law.
Right.
Classism.
Bro, it's American-made thing, man. If you go to other countries, you're not black, you're not white, you're from your country.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
Like that shit was literally made here. And it's still fucking...
It permeates.
Our culture literally fucking just embeds it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The American culture is all about that. Whether it be racism, colorism, sexism, fucking classism. There's so many isms in fucking America.
And so many. I'm gonna get your agreement right now. You gotta be on my podcast so we can go deeper.
Okay, I'm with it.
Yeah.
In fact, man, I'll tell you off the camera, I got the perfect setup. Me and my wife have been trying to get people to come in and do a podcast at our location. Where you're getting ready to drop me off at.
Right.
You got some time, man. I'll take you upstairs and check it out.
Oh, I got time
today.
like,
bro, I have the perfect setup for a podcast. Perfect setup.
I've been building one. I've been building my podcast. I'm gonna tell you a little something. Man, I was in a real bad car accident.
Okay.
Dude hit me going over 100 miles an hour head on in my truck, put me in a wheelchair for 3 months.
I'm blessed to be here, bro.
I'm blessed to be here, right? So it catapulted me into my purpose. I've been working on my film network, my media network for 5 years. And I built it in Georgia from scratch.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
hey, yo, look, one thing I've learned, adversity breeds fucking success.
yes, it does.
Anytime you're down, whether it be financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, gonna take this right.
Okay.
Any of that. Like it literally festers and breeds success if you fucking do it right.
If you do it right. That's right.
In 2019, bro, I lost my brother.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Condolences to your family.
That. To gun violence. He had just came home, wasn't even home a year from a 7-year bid.
Right.
And was taken for nothing. And you know, at this point in my life, I thought I was immune to this shit.
Right.
And that's some street shit, bro. I was 29 years old. I was out the streets taking care of my nieces and nephews.
Right.
I didn't think this shit could happen anymore.
Right.
They don't tell you about that. They tell you when you in the streets, they tell you that you could go to prison or die. But they don't tell you what happens when that street shit go away.
I was supposed to take 64.
No, it's this one right here. But they don't tell you about the people that are left behind to pick up the pieces.
They don't.
Oh, I lost my shit, bro. I lost my mental. I fell into drugs. My wife, thank God, saved me, brought us out here, brought my family out here for a job.
Mm-hmm.
And in less than 3.5 years, she quit hers to come work for my company.
Right.
I would have never been able to do that without that type of adversity that got thrown in my face.
That's right.
I would have never been able to reach the top if I never touched rock bottom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's nowhere lower than rock bottom, bro. There's
you
only
can't get
out from that.
That's only up from there.
Exactly.
You can be, that's lower than pond scum, and you can only go up from there.
And that's, I'm a firm believer in, bro, rock bottom breeds success, bro.
It does. Rock bottom really does create the magic.
Facts.
And like I said, I was catapulted in doing more things that are attributed to my purpose. In that car accident, I was making 6 figures a year driving trucks, and
right.
I was driving trucks to put money into my industry that I was building, I really love, because what we're doing right now, this is what I love to do. I love to get people's perspectives. I love to bring people together. And I think that more talks like these will unify us on this level.
100%. That's what I was saying before, man. That uncomfortability has to happen. Like, bro, I've seen so many. I'll take you a perfect example, bro. Perfect fucking example. I do infused meals, right? Like catering and shit. One of my clients, very well off, fucking mansion out there in O'Fallon.
Right.
I used to have those in my mouth.
Right. Cut your boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Cut your swag. Cut your swag, yeah.
So I was doing this dinner, bro, and this man came to take a picture of me. He was like, take a picture with me. He was drunk, so he didn't realize that his camera wasn't up. It was his text message. And in the text message, it read, you got to see what my shelf looks like. Right?
Uh-huh.
Same night, same party. One of the ladies suggests me to one of her friends, text me instead of him, and was like, his name's Trent. He does his own edibles. He grows his own flower. I warn you, he looks a little rough. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And these are white people with me.
Right.
You get what I mean?
These white, man, my phone tripping.
But yeah, see, when that happened, it let me realize, mind you, my sous chef young brother, right? Got dreads, very clean cut, very well spoken. Bro ain't never seen a hood in his life. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I tell you, they wouldn't even talk to him.
They wouldn't even speak to him because there's this stereotype that's in place, man. I had a lady in this car, and just to expound on that, to build on that, I had a lady get in this car, and you could tell she came from money. I was dropping her off at the airport, right? And I had to show her that we share a common thread by just being human, right? I said, you know, I told her my experience. I told her what happened with me in the truck. And I said, you know, I asked her, was she happy? Obviously, you got a lot of money, but are you happy though? And that touched something in her to where she opened up and said, wow. But I had to break through. The point that I'm trying to make is I had to break through her barrier.
Right. You had to make that common connection.
I had to get that common thread before I could make it there.
And it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that. But that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is because United States is a corporation, and those of us who are smart, we know that, right?
United States is a corporation. We literally are a number to them. When we are born, we get a social security number. That's not a social security number. That's a fucking
EIN number.
Literally, bro. It is a PIN number.
It's a PIN number.
The same one when you go to prison.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? It's for them to know how much money you're making.
That's right.
Where you're living at.
Why they make me
how much you're worth.
That's right.
What your credit is.
That's right.
If you can't benefit them at all, it's off with you.
It's off with your motherfucking head, bro.
Why you think there's McDonald's in every fucking hood and it's not in the suburbs?
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Have you ever seen a McDonald's in the gated community? Nah. You'll see a nice French style cuisine restaurant. You'll see something that's farm to table. You're not gonna see nothing with a bunch of processed foods. And I got a partner who's a chef. He got the same story, right? His name's Daniel Pops. Big up to Daniel Pops of Adara. He's a chef over there. He probably moved his spot. But you said what? I might check that out.
Take this round.
Nah, you go straight.
Go straight, yeah. So yeah, I'm from St. Louis. I kind of know what I'm doing, but I'm so engulfed in this.
Nah, you good.
Look, I'm so engulfed in this interview that I'm missing all my turns.
It's cool, man. We good.
Hey, look. So we were talking about food is a part of oppression too.
Oh, for sure.
You get oppressed in that way because I noticed that all the good food is out in like the places where the tax bracket is different.
Facts.
And we get all the shit food
where the tourists come.
Where the tourists come. That's correct. That's correct.
Take it a step further, big dog. You take it a step further. And I mean, I don't know how it is in St. Louis.
Bro, speak free.
The corner stores are all owned by Arabs. When they come over here,
come on with it.
They get a tax break and a check.
Say it loud.
Just to go open a fucking store.
Say it loud. Say it one more time.
These stores, they specialize in alcohol, tobacco.
Come on.
And they will let you sell drugs in front of them motherfuckers as long as you pay them.
Wait.
If that's not trying to kill your community, that is literally placed
and
there.
Then we'll take the money that they sucked out of your economy
and go live right next to Charles and Chad.
That's right. Because based on classification, based on classism, they're technically white.
They are. I mean, bro, they're bigger than that. They got oil money. Half of these guys that come over here, bro, they own so much shit back home. They live in palaces. They shit on gold. They come over here and feed poison to the neighborhood.
They come over here and deliberately exploit.
And I mean, we honestly can't be mad at them. I'm gonna be real.
You can't, because it's capitalism.
It's literally designed for them to come over here and get more.
You can't be mad at them. They don't have to have a conscience towards my struggle.
Because we're not their people.
We're not their people.
Whether it be white, black, Americans are not their people.
So going straight down.
Yep, all the way down. So for them to feed poison to that neighborhood, I don't give a fuck.
They don't. And that's called exploiting a condition.
Yep.
That's called what we call exploitation.
Yep.
Because they know from coming from their country, the world knows.
The world knows.
The world knows
this is not no
what
secret,
happens
man.
to black people.
Facts in America. This is
the world knows. It's not a secret, right? So what they do is they say, shit, it's an opportunity for us to increase our family's wealth, to monopolize off the situation.
Yep. And at the same time, health, systematic
Yeah.
Bullshit.
They come deliberately. I tell y'all that all the time. They come deliberately to your neighborhood.
They're not going out to fucking St. Charles.
They not.
They got really nice hookah lounges out there.
Really nice.
That's what they'll open. They not opening nothing to sell you poison.
I'm just telling you.
Work like that.
And here it is. You hearing it first. And don't try to mix and match. Oh well, he technically black. He grew up with black people. He's still a white man.
I still wake up every day white.
He's still a white man.
I do.
So he's telling you, you hearing it from his mouth that these things really exist. And this is what I say to a lot of my friends that are white. I say, if you know it's happening and you know this struggle exists, then I shouldn't have to speak up more than you. You're supposed to be speaking up more than me.
Speak on something else.
Let me say this real quick, and then I digress.
Yep.
So my white friends, I go, why are you upset because I'm expressing a condition that's happening to me that everybody knows is going on? And my question is this: which one of y'all gonna trade being white to be black? Raise your motherfucking hand.
No.
What?
I said no. Why not? I don't want to.
And if you don't raise your hand like Jane Elliott says, then you know that you the problem. You know that shit is the problem. And I digress. Go ahead, bro.
White guilt is real. That's my comment to that. White guilt is real, bro. And that's part of the reason why the motherfuckers. Look, man, it's 2024, and I feel like everybody should love who they love. But the fact of the matter is, in 2024, it's safer to be trans and gay than it is to be black in America.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on.
The American people.
Boy, you hold on.
Here I come. Here I come.
Pause and internalize that shit. I'ma say that shit one more time, bro.
It's safer to be trans or gay in America than African American. When you say one thing about the gay community.
You on this side?
Yep, right here between the hair and the dog. When you say one thing about the gay community, you get canceled. I know at least 20 white comedians that done did blackface and dropped the M-bomb and ain't nothing happened to them yet. Rush Limbaugh, fucking, what's my dude that does the UFC and has that damn podcast? His racist ass.
Joe
Rogan. None of these people have gotten canceled. They can pretty much say what the fuck they want to about Black America being a white man, but the moment they say something about somebody gay, I've never seen so many white allies that are straight marching in the gay pride. You get what I'm saying?
Bro,
I was on, hey, look, when they fucking rioted out this motherfucker, me, my son, and my wife was on the front line with that shit. And my sign simply, my son's sign simply read, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, my brothers, my uncles are all black. What am I supposed to do? Where does that leave us? You get what I'm saying? That should have been every fucking sign for anybody white there. That's exactly how it should have been.
Bro, and this is what this, see, listen, this is why these conversations are so important.
Facts.
Because y'all think, because you got the opportunity to participate in economic inclusion, that all those things that was happening back then aren't still happening now, and they are. And I say this to you, LGBTQ, no disrespect.
No disrespect.
You entitled,
love y'all too.
That's right, love you too. You entitled to live whatever life you choose, but to attach your struggle to Black struggle is the epitome of disrespect to me. Have your own struggle, but don't attach that to Black issues. And anytime somebody tries to start a movement in this country, don't y'all think it's ironic that they always attach Black struggle to it? Everybody,
every time,
every single time, whether it was a hyper liberal feminist, whether it was fucking LGBTQ, whether it's any struggle,
the radical lefts,
the radical lefts,
every time.
And when are we going to wake up and recognize that it's not us? And I mean, when I say us, I mean it's not us as far as, you know, on this level.
Yeah,
it's them up there.
Correct.
right back at you, man. You know, sometimes right back at you, man. You know, sometimes people call the transmission. The transmission. What was you saying though? Before what was you saying though? Before hey, but look, we was talking about it. We gonna continue. We was talking about. I know y'all gonna want to see the. I know y'all gonna want to see the extended interview when it's gonna be in a more intimate setting. You definitely want to see the inside. So definitely want to see. Drop your handles, bro. Drop your handles, bro. Tell people
follow us on Instagram. It's the office _314 _314. Hit me up. Get verified. Come see us. Get verified. Come see us.
Get verified. Come see us. Get verified. Just like I tell everybody to get out. Just like I tell everybody to get out the car. We all family, and guess what?
Love you too, big dog.
I love you. I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna reach out to you.
Back and see me, bro.
For sure.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.